of a classic conversation with attractive women. So right now, I'm about to introduce these beautiful young women. So first, starting with you, can you tell them your name, what school you go to, your major, and what's your relationship status right now?
Hi, my name is Alyssa. I attended the best high school, Maddie T. Blunt High School. I'm now attending my sophomore year at Alabama A&M, where
Mm.
I'm majoring in early education. I love kids, and I'm 19 years old.
What about you?
My name is Caitlyn Williams. I also attended Maddie T. Blunt High School, and I'm currently a sophomore at Alabama A&M University. My major is Family and Consumer Science, and I am currently 19 years old.
Hey y'all, I had to get these girls onto the show because they're very driven. As you see, they know what their major is, because a lot of people, when they go to school, they kind of figuring it out. They really don't know what they want and what they want out of their life. And it's great to see young black women who knows what they want to do in their life. So I applaud y'all for that. So the reason I got y'all onto this show is because I see in today's generation, it's a disconnect with men and women. And we gotta kind of address that. So I'm about to ask y'all some questions on, you know, what a dude can do to get a girl's attention, to get her respect, and just to get that vibe going. So y'all, cause we kind of y'all are in control, and we're trying to get into that playing field with y'all because y'all make the world go round. If it wasn't for a woman, the world wouldn't thrive. So just tell me how you feel about where men and women are at in this generation from your point of view.
I would kind of say, I don't try to speak for every man and woman in the world because we all like different things. We all have different perspectives about the kind of men and women that we would like. But, we do see a lot of people that kind of go for the guy who has the most up-to-date things or who has all the things that the society has chosen, whether it's Jordans and ones. We go for that. Some women, we don't like the men who dress in suits anymore, and different things like that.
What about you, Kate?
Well, I feel that this generation is stuck on things that they see on social media.
Mm-hmm.
And that
I
could be
agree.
with celebrities or different posts. And a word that I would use to describe a lot of it is toxic. And most of this generation,
Yes, we
they
can talk
see
about that all day.
they see toxic as, oh yeah, I like being toxic, like they a party, and that's just not something that people who are more mature would agree with.
Okay, I know it's early, but since y'all said the word toxic early, I want to talk about what is toxic to you. So give me, you don't have to get too far into it, but tell me an example of a toxic man when you trying to be with them.
I would say a toxic man that I see a lot of women go through. I would say a man who's controlling, who feels he wants to control everything you do. He's insecure in himself, so he feels that he doesn't want you wearing certain things. He can't handle that. I would also say a toxic man is someone who's always putting his hands on you, but he wants to try to use that as, oh, I love you and I care. And that's not the case at all. I would
Not at
also
all.
say a toxic man is a man who is so focused on himself and is so focused on trying to be a man that has this girl, and that goes back to saying they try to be what they see on social media, and they have to realize that a lot of that stuff that is posted on social media is not what's going on in reality.
Right.
They do that because that's how they get us to buy their music and to buy different things that they are selling.
Okay, Alyssa. And I agree. When you say they make it about themselves, I truly think that in order for a relationship to work, I think it's teamwork. If it's not teamwork, then it really won't grow because. And then also you said they're insecure in themselves. How can you make someone happy if you're not happy with yourself?
Good. That's
What
a
you
good
think?
question. You
I
can't.
I just
You
don't
can't.
see it. I don't see it. Cause you have these demons with yourself and you putting those demons on the other person when the other person just trying to love you. So yeah, man. So we gotta address that, y'all.
And another thing,
Mm.
I want to kind of piggyback off what you said, when we're wrestling with demons in ourselves. Another thing that I wanted to say, you know, people are going through things, well, men are going through things within themselves that when they see a pretty woman, they don't know how to treat a woman. And also, it can go for females as well. People tend to bring into their new relationship what happened in their past. They don't know how to allow people to love them and to show them the care and to show them the right thing and to show them how to be in a relationship. A lot of people try to use that I've never been in a relationship or I've never been treated right to why they treat people the way they treat them. But sometimes when you're ready to get into another relationship, you have to be open to new things, and you have to be open to, exploring different things and being with a new person, because when you're carrying those demons, it can ruin your next relationship to the point where no one wants anything to do with you.
Gotta find yourself. So we're gonna get back. It's something I heard what you just said, and we're gonna get back to that. But tell me a toxic situation, or just tell me about toxicity, if I said it right, when it comes to a man and dating.
I feel like toxicity, or however you say the word, it could be like disrespect or a man being manipulating. Like a lot of times when you're younger, a man may be interested. Well, I guess I wouldn't say man, but a boy may be interested in a female, and he's gonna pursue her, but at the same time, he may want to pursue other people.
Right.
And instead of just being upfront and honest with her, there's the sneaking and the lying, and that's where many of the problems come in. So while he may care about her, he's gonna manipulate the situation to where it's like, okay, I care about you, but he's not gonna say the things that he really feels if he wants to pursue other people.
And I'm kind of glad she said the manipulating thing, because you do have men, and it could be women too, but majority of the time you do have men that try to do things like buy you the finer things, thinking that that's going to fix everything. And yeah, of course, right then and there, we may be happy with it because we've never had that before, or we've never used our own money to buy that. So when they're buying the finer things, it takes away from the toxic things, going back to what Alvin said, it takes away from the toxic things that they're doing in the relationship that's causing this relationship to go bad and to go horrible, because we think we can fix it with gifts and different things, but that's not going to work. When someone actually, mature, and we all mature in our own way, but when someone actually matures and they actually learn what kind of person they want in their life, and they actually learn who they are, they will stop settling for less and settle for what they know that they should settle for.
Right. So check this out. I get what y'all saying, and I see so much maturity in those answers. So before a man and a woman start dating, what are things that the man has to be good at when it comes to himself, characteristic wise, and a woman's characteristics before they start dating or think about dating?
I would say, he has to be right with God, because I love God, so he has to be right with God. He has to love God just as much as I am, because without God, we are nothing. He also, I do want someone whose dress is nice, who can switch it up. What girl doesn't want someone who can switch it up, dress classy.
Yeah.
And then also, wear his Jordans and his ones. I would say respect is the biggest thing. If you have respect, if you don't have respect, what's the point of being together? And a woman, she should respect herself. She should carry herself in the upright way, that our parents has taught us. And that's what I would say about a woman. And also, I feel like a woman and a man, they both should have their own job. They both should,
bring both things to the table.
So.
All right, what about you, Caitlyn?
As Alyssa said, a relationship with God, that is important in any relationship, friendship. But for men and women, I would say the number one thing would be communication. Because without communication, you can't solve an issue, and when the issue is not addressed, that can lead to breakups that aren't even much necessary. So,
and if you can't communicate, then there's no need to be in a relationship. That means you have to take time for yourself, and you have to get yourself together, and you have to realize that sometimes you're going to have to be mature and realize there are going to be things that go on in your relationship that you may not want to hear.
Right.
But you have to have communication, because it's not going to fix a problem if you don't have the communication. You can't be selfish. It has to work 50-50.
Yeah, and I think with communication, it comes a peace in a relationship because there will be no peace in a relationship if, say, if you was in a relationship with a guy and you don't like the way he doesn't, um, he doesn't clean around the house. He just leaves all the cleaning to you. Oh, I pay the bills. Oh, I buy you this, I buy you that. I take you everywhere. I take you everywhere you want to go. So you wash the dishes, you fold the clothes, and that's hurting your feelings. You feel like that's downgrading you. So if you're not communicating that to him, he's going to continue to do that, and you're going to feel bad on yourself. So with communication comes peace, and peace is very important in a relationship. Like, I see dudes, you know, I'm not bashing on women, but, you know, like, a man comes home from work, long day at work, his wife nagging him about the kids, whatever's going on. You know, sometimes a man just wants to be baby. I know y'all seen that on Facebook memes, but you know, y'all are our peace. So it's important that before you start dating, you have to have a peace of mind as a female because y'all, men, we go through so much, you know, it's so many peer pressures that's going on. You have to smoke weed, or you can't be a virgin in high school, or you can't, you know, bro, it's so much that we have to deal with right now. And then as an African American man, it's hard to walk out the door without thinking that your life is being threatened. So women, make sure that you empower your man and make sure that you keep him driven and on the right path. That's a part of peace. So I want to talk about this. How do y'all feel? Let's talk about approaching a woman because, you know, like, bro, I was talking to a girl a while back, and she was talking about, well, I don't like how certain guys, they'll come and talk to me like, oh, nah, hey.
Yeah, I don't like
all that shit. Oh, I'm cursing. I didn't mean to curse. See, I try to keep my show clean, but you know, this is the real part of my show. This is the real me. I'm trying to get to the bottom of this so all of y'all can be happy. All of y'all can talk to the people y'all desire and who y'all want out of y'all lives. So let's talk about approaching. Yeah, go ahead. It look like you got an answer already.
Well, I feel that when a guy is approaching a girl, no one wants to hear, hey, little mama, and all that stuff like that. Like, excuse me, you know, it's the way that you come to people. Like, you can't just come to anyone any kind of way, all the oh nine and all that, because some women take that as disrespect. But I can also say that a lot of women have let so many men get away with that, so when they come to the next woman who doesn't tolerate that, that man feels as if they can do that with every woman. And when he does come to someone that doesn't tolerate it and we kind of ignore them, they feel we're disrespectful. They start talking crazy, and we bougie, and you know, different things like that. But that's not the case at all.
Bro, if you hold on, excuse me, boo. if you approach a girl that way, you lowering your standards as a man, because there's no way you, in the Bible it says that men are supposed to be kings, right? Am I wrong? You downgrading the king's language if you bashing a woman for no reason, and she's just having high standards for herself. And women, that goes for you. If you let a man approach you talking about some, oh my, whatever they be saying, I don't even listen to that bull crap, to be honest. Whatever they say, if you accepting that and you like, oh, okay, and whatever, and you not feeling it, bruh, don't lower your standards. You know who you are. But you can go back to what you were saying. I'm bad.
But, and to me, like, people, like many dudes, they call me bougie because they start saying things like that, and me, I keep walking.
Yeah.
I look to my friend. He talking to you? You know who he talking to? Because I don't know 09. You know, and it just if you want to talk to somebody, you know, it's excuse me, or you can just by simply complimenting a woman, telling her she's beautiful, telling her she's pretty, she might then give you a conversation. Yeah. But it's the way that you approach a woman and come off to a woman. Every girl is not the same. You know, we have different girls that may carry themselves in different ways, but some girls, they actually respect themselves. They actually think highly of themselves. So when you do approach a certain girl and you know that she thinks highly of herself, or you can tell by the way she's dressed, by the way she carries herself, by the way she walks, you have to know what you're getting into when you walk up to a woman.
True. If she look easy, when you thinking about approaching her, that's the type of girl you want to stay away from, pretty much. I ain't saying, I may be wrong, but that's just how I feel personally. But what about you, Caitlyn? How do you feel a man should approach you? Or just approach women in general, respectfully?
I mean, I agree with everything Alyssa said. All that like, no, it's not cute, it's not attractive, and, like, I ignore it. Like, I want someone to come up to me, excuse me, and I would like to get to know you, just have manners and be respectful. So it's just,
Right. So, let's talk about, in order for y'all to even look a dude's way, he has to have some type of status. Like, I'm not just saying you're supposed to know him already, but just see what type of man he is by his actions. So tell me some characteristics and traits that y'all look for in a man.
Well, like I said, respectful and loves God. But if I'm out in public and a dude is trying to talk to me, once again, it's about how you approach me, the first thing you say. And if I see you, kind of rush to open the door for me, I see already that you have, some kind of respect for yourself and some kind of respect as a man when you open the door for a woman, or the way you're dressing, like, it's a lot, like, when you're looking at a man and the kind of status that you're kind of looking for. And sometimes we really don't know what kind of status when you see a man, because you could see a man out and they could probably have on Nike, but then once y'all start talking, they probably can, switch it up, and they'll have different characteristics and different things that they can do. But for the most part, like I said, is how they act when they first see me, as far as, let me get the door for you, or how are you doing today? You're pretty, asking different questions like that.
Question. Do you look for, when you just out and about, and do you look for the man already having those skills, or potentially learning those skills as y'all talk? Like, do you want it already, or do you want to help groom that man?
I will say this. When I do see a man out in public and they approach me and they come off the right way, if I see that they're already respectful, I'll try to give it a chance to see where it goes. And as time go on and, we're talking and things like that, I feel that we can groom each other. When you're in a relationship, y'all are supposed to build each other up. Y'all supposed to groom each other. I'm supposed to teach you things that you don't know, and you're supposed to teach me things that I don't know. We're supposed to learn from each other. So I feel that as time goes on, we can learn from each other, and we can see the potential and build potential in each other.
All right, Caitlyn. So I asked Alyssa, just tell me some characteristics that you look for in a man.
Well, it do begin with the approach. So, I mean, if the approach is nice, then you have to look at confidence. So you have to be confident when you are approaching someone. You can't be looking around, or you can't send your homeboy, hey, go put me on. Like, no, don't do that.
That's the number one rule, to just get it. Because you're going to be like, why he couldn't come over here and ask? Like,
it's not that hard. It's a simple conversation. Do y'all feel like a dude had to run game on you just to get your number?
No.
Or you feel like a simple, genuine conversation?
It just depends on how a dude approaches you.
So it's the approach.
It's really the approach. Because a dude can't, hey, let me get your number. A dude just can't just come up to you and say, hey, let me get your number. Like, no. Because I don't know what kind of person you are. I don't know you. I don't know your name. I don't know anything about you. So it's really just the approach and how you approach a girl, and what are the first words that come out of your mouth.
All right, let's talk about physical appearance. So I see, bruh, I got, like, it's dudes who kind of overweight, don't work out, so, and they having trouble getting girls. But sometimes they may get an attractive woman who's smaller than them, nice body, whatever. But what's your preference?
I don't have a problem, with big men. I'm not going to say that I just go for big people, but there is nothing wrong with big people, because like you said, there are some girls, I have friends that like dudes that have more meat on them than, so I'm not going to say that I just date big people, because I don't. I do have a preference, I do like men that are, you know, skinny and toned as well. That's the kind of appearance I go
Is
for.
that a plus?
Hmm.
If a man is in shape, like just all men in shape in general, is that a plus for them when it comes to getting a girl?
I feel it's kind of a plus. You know, a lot of women tend to go for the skinny guys that are
Yeah.
toned and stuff like that, and that has muscles and stuff. I feel like a lot of girls go for that. But once again, like I said, there is nothing wrong with, you know, men that has more meat on them, because there are some women who do prefer men like that, because somebody that has more meat on them, they can be the best person in the world for you. We
True.
just never know, like,
No.
and we're young, so we're growing every day, and eventually God is gonna put that right person in your life. So we can't say really what kind of preference we'll have one day. You never really know.
True. So I'm gonna ask you something different, Caitlyn. I think you give me a good answer. All right, tell them why hygiene is important. Tell them.
For one, say you want to approach a girl and you talking to her and your breath stink. Like, that's one thing. It's gonna be like, no,
Ooh.
just straight off the bat.
I'll be right back.
But then you have a guy who approaches you, you know, he's confident, not cocky, confident, and you know, he's saying the right things, and you know, he have on a nice cologne, you know, that's attractive.
Yeah.
So
The cologne is what,
Cologne.
you know, when I was just piggyback off that, you know, when a dude first come to a girl, we kind of look at the teeth and we kind of look at the mouth, you know, but the cologne really gets a girl, you know.
It draws her in.
Mm-hmm.
It draws her in. It's like a homie scent. If that makes sense. Y'all agree? That kind of yeah, like, but so like as I just peep things out and experience things, you know, you approach a girl and I see other dudes approach girls. I see when you walk up to them, it's a kind of back. This is a question for me. So is the back, that's y'all way of scanning the dude right quick before he talks to you, just to see what type of person he is?
I wouldn't really say that. It's just kind of like if you walking up on me and I don't know you, so we kind of like that, you know, back.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we are. If you're approaching me trying to talk to me, yes,
You
we
gotta do
are
this
kind of
quick scan.
looking like okay. But kind of, it's like I feel as our generation, I feel sometimes you don't really have that many boys that are approaching girls. It's kind of like, let me jump in her DM, let me text her.
Let's talk about that. Do y'all like dudes DMing y'all? Like, is there a way that DMing a girl is professional, like a professional way that you can take the person serious, or it just has to be the way that social media looks?
I wouldn't say professional. I would just say like something different. You know, you can't just come with no basic
You can't say
pickup line.
yeah, or you
like-
can't put hard eyes. You know. There are a lot of boys putting hard eyes every day that are getting turned down.
Ain't
you know?
nothing different.
So it's kind of like you can't just come in people's inbox every day just hard eyeing their stuff, or you know. And once again, that still goes back to approaching it. Like, don't come in a girl's DM. Hey, you got a boyfriend? Hey, you single?
Or that little what up?
Yeah.
Ooh, why would y'all gonna say that?
Oh,
Little
what the-
what? Like, no.
I don't know what that is.
No.
I can live what up.
Yes,
That's that mobile. That's mobile for you. I ain't lying. All right, y'all. So let's talk about, you know, when I started this, I kind of got like questions from guys who just kind of having trouble with girls. Tell them why. One dude asked me, he said, why does a girl start acting distant out of nowhere?
I would kind of say, because I was dealing with this,
Mm-hmm.
but I would kind of say a girl kind of act distant because it doesn't necessarily have to mean you may be cheating, but there may be something that boy is doing that kind of makes a girl feel like, okay, maybe we shouldn't be together anymore, or maybe I'm not the girl that he wants anymore. It's all about your actions and how you're acting around a woman to why she may become distant, or something that you may have already done to her in the past, whether it was cheat on her or whatever, and she's kind of backing up to, she still loves you, but she's backing up at the same time to protect her heart, and so she won't get hurt again, and she's kind of keeping her guards up, but at the same time she's trying to give you a chance to get it right. But a female wants a man that he fix things without you having to tell him what he needs to do or how he needs to fix it, because you guys have enough sense to know what you've done and what you need to fix. And if someone has to tell you, they should only have to tell you one time, but they shouldn't have to keep repeating themselves about certain things that you've done.
Yeah, I agree with what you're saying. The dude has to fix, the problems, but y'all telling the guy what y'all not feeling about him. I feel like that's very imperative as well, because you just, I mean, I may be doing something that may be driving you crazy, and I don't know at all, and you just like, yeah, but you call your home, you're like, what, man, he done did it again, and we just don't know, and then y'all lash out on us, and it's kind of, we like, well, damn, I keep cursing on here, I don't know why, but yeah, so so I feel you on that, but as well, y'all have to communicate that to the man too. Also, we got, in high school, I was seeing, like, explain worrisome to dudes as well. Like, explain.
You talking about if we in a relationship or not in a relationship?
Two-parter. In a relationship and out of a relationship. Because sometimes when you texting trying to get to know a girl, I realize you don't want to just show that all you want to do is talk to them. You got to kind of have some type of side stuff going on to where you're busy and the girl wants to kind of know, well, what he's doing. Oh, he's always into something. But it's something positive, not just, you just doing something, but kind of giving them like a balance or just like a little example if you can.
I would say, like, if we're not in a relationship, worrisome to me would be if you kind of already tried to talk to me and I told you already that I didn't want to talk, and then you just keep at it, and I've already gave you signs that I didn't want to talk. I would kind of say that's worrisome. I would also kind of say worrisome is, like in high school, the dudes felt like it was cool to kind of slap girls on the butt and run and do all that. I just felt like that was childish and not cute.
Hey,
like,
run? Is it run?
Yeah.
That
was worrisome. Or they try to slap your butt and then look away like they didn't do it, And I just always felt like that was kind of worrisome. I feel like if you're in a relationship, worrisome to me would be kind of like if we're going through something and then we work past it and then you just keep bringing it up over and over and over and over. That can be very worrisome, and that can be very stressful to the way, to the extent that I no longer even want to just deal with you, because it's become worrisome when you just keep on bringing up the same things. Like, we've already discussed this, why is it still coming up? That can be worrisome.
Hold on, boo. Shout out to my boy over here. He just said what you was saying was facts, man. Yeah, bro. So look, somebody's buying into what she's saying. I want you guys really to understand. I don't want to say it, but it's a term. It's called female nature. And once you understand a female's nature, then your date life will be easy. Whether it's, I'm not gonna say that. Whether you trying to get in a relationship, that's very important. So, Caitlyn, explain, worrisome. Wait, hold on. Let's talk about persistence, because sometimes I see, when a dude try to talk to a girl, she kind of play hard to get. How does he know the difference between hard to get and just not wanting you in general?
I would say he would know that you're not interested, because he probably always texting you and DMing you. If I'm not texting back, I'm not interested at all. But he would know that I'm playing hard to get, kind of like if he's texting me and, I probably respond here and there, but then sometimes I might let him wonder. Just like you said, you kind of want girls to wonder. I might let him wonder, like, I wonder, does she really want me, or what else I gotta do to get her? Like, what extra mile do I have to do? Whether it's taking her out on a date, what can I do to get this girl? Girls kind of want to feel like, I want to feel like I'm really that girl that you want. Like, forget all the other girls. I'm trying to see, like, do you really want to talk to me? You know?
Right, yeah, like when you show a girl that you actually want her, like when you put in the time, when you just give good morning, I hope you have a productive day. Let me know if there's something that you want to talk about that's hurting you, hurting your feelings, just genuine shit, genuine stuff. That's so powerful, bro. And just going the extra mile. You don't have to have all the money in the world, but if you putting in time, if you just the thought,
that counts. And it's kind of like another thing that a big thing that I would say is men have to understand that it's not all about getting a girl to your house. A lot of men, it's always pull up on me or let me pull up on you. Like, every girl does not want to do that. You'll eventually get to that stage, but at least try to take a girl out on a date and get to know her.
hold on, let me give y'all free game. I'm sorry. Let me give you free game. Let me give you free game. Bruh, I actually did this. I actually did this a couple times, and I had an amazing time. And me and my cousin, one of my OGs, we was talking about it. And he said, like, I was just like, bro, I realized I can get closer with a girl if I pick her up during the day, and I have all that quality time with her through the day because nobody's out during the day. Nighttime is when our folks, especially black folks, that's when we go out, we just party, we link up. But you don't really get to know the girl because it's only a short amount of time. When you have a day, y'all going to the park, y'all going running, then y'all go to like a brunch place, y'all just vibing, cause just stuff like that. That's when you get to know a girl. That's when you get her special. That's when you kind of get a heart to live. Am I lying? That stuff different. Like you got to be different from the other guy. That's what they trying to tell y'all. They so honest, bro. I'm thankful for y'all. Like for real. So, man, let me see which one. Cause I personally just feel like dudes they don't want to put in the work. Like, do y'all love seeing a man that's assertive, knowing where he wants to be in his life, and you just see it in him? How do y'all feel about that? Does that make y'all want to go behind him? Just tell me, like.
I would say when I see a man, put in the work. And one thing I can say is, what girl doesn't want a man that's actually trying to be something in life and is not just trying to stay in one space in his life, like, that is trying to build and do bigger things and, make more money and be more successful and kind of get his name out there and stuff. A girl wants a man like that, a hardworking man who, when you talk to them, they know what they want. They know what they want in life. They know what kind of girl they like. They know what kind of one they see themselves marrying. They kind of have their life on track. It's like they already thought about it before they even got there. And I love a man that go through with the plans that he has. Like, he talks about them, but he also is working towards what he's trying to get to. And as a woman, when you're in a relationship with a man like that, and and you have someone like that, you do want to continue to build them and show him that you support him through everything that he's doing, and you support all the positive things that he's doing and all the goals that he's doing, and he needs to do the same thing for you as well, so that y'all can go bigger and better.
If y'all so there's different, like, when it comes to that, the dude, he can already be kind of moving forward with what he's trying to do, or he's in his grind stage. So when I say grind stage, I mean the man working at McDonald's, he working a 9 to 5, he working doubles, not in school. Oh, I'm trying to get this money to get a trade. It's taking slow, it's taking a long time, and you, on the other hand, you may be in school, you may have an internship job, you may have a nicer car than him, he got a raggedy car, but will you turn your head on him even if he's trying, or would you work with him? Because some girls, they'll see a dude in his grinding stage when he trying to figure it out, but they don't give him no attention.
I would say, as long as you see him trying to make money and actually having a job and trying to get to a bigger and better stage in life, I would say it's okay to kind of stay down to the come up. Because you've been to let that dude who's actually working and doing good and trying to get somewhere in life go, and years later, he'll blow up. and then you'll wish, and that's kind of the same thing for men. You'll be to let that woman go, and then she'll blow up, and you'll wish that you were in that position to be next to them and on the winning team. So I would kind of say you can, be with a man like that. Now, the man I wouldn't be with is if I see you have a job and then you quit and you don't want to do nothing but just sit at home and just watch everyone else grind and do different things in life, or just party every weekend, or just doesn't have any umph about yourself. No one wants a man like that.
True. All right, bruh. I love what you're saying, Alyssa. Caitlyn, it's a term called nice guys finish last. What's a nice guy? And why do they finish last? Because that statement is true. And are you comfortable explaining that?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and tell them why nice guys finish last.
I mean, I feel like that term can mainly apply for maybe high school boys and females, because in high school, if a guy is smart and maybe he's not as athletic, he can be overlooked even though he may have a good personality.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as them finishing last, sometimes females just don't really see the worth of a boy. It's not just boys seeing females' worth, a female has to also see a male's worth also.
So what's up with that, Alyssa? Explain that to them.
As far as a female seeing a man's worth?
Yeah, well, explain, what's too nice as a guy? Because, as a man, you got to kind of say no.
Yeah.
You got to have,
I would say too nice is kind of first of all, the man is supposed to be over everything, but at the same time, it needs to be a limit to how far you go. It needs to be extinct to how far you go. You're supposed to be the man of the house and things like that. You're supposed to have authority, but you also have to have respect at the same time. But I would say too nice is kind of letting a female run over you and tell you, hey, you do this, you do what I say, and you do it right now. That's being too nice. Or every time she asks for something, you're buying it and you're finding yourself spending money.
You gotta kind of have no. No, there's nothing wrong with that word, no.
Yeah, so.
And what you said, if a girl, if she running you, first of all, me personally, I feel goes back to our generation. Right now, in this generation, we have too many women who's showing and acting with so much masculine energy. I don't know what's going on with that, but men, you have to take control. I feel like a man should lead, but his woman should also be his partner. I feel like the man kind of needs to push it, but the woman kind of needs to back him up. But the woman can still guide him and I think maybe we can do it like this. But the guy, you're actually you're the leader. So we need more leaders instead of followers, because a lot of guys, y'all not doing what y'all actually want to do out of life. Too much peer pressure. Too much wanting to be accepted. And then a lot of dudes want to be accepted by other men. I don't know why that's a thing. Do y'all see that?
Mm-hmm.
I see that too much. I'm first of all, you should be following your purpose with God. Just like they said, that's what I believe in. You follow your purpose with God, you focus on yourself, you grow yourself as a man, you raise your status, you start making more money, you get a trade, you in school, whatever, you getting the money, but you getting the money positively and legally, then you'll be good. And also, working out, your body gotta be right, your hygiene gotta be right. And all of that is a term called high value man. And let's talk about high value men. What's your term of a high value man? Because that's a real hot topic right now, and we kind of got to get a young woman's perspective on it.
So, what do you want us to get at? When you say high value?
I'm talking about the way they dress, the way they carry themselves, the way they handle confrontations, the way they lead the relationship, things like that.
I would kind of say, you do want somebody that dresses good. I love a man that can, switch it up, like I said in the beginning. Someone who can wear nice suits when it's time to go to certain events. where it involves a suit, or someone when we're going on just regular dates that can wear the Jordans and wear the ones. But I also feel as if, yes, I want a man who keeps his hair up, you know, nice haircut, nothing too much, you know, all the crazy hairstyles that a lot of the boys try to wear. I also, you know, love a man that can, you know, lead and guide and show you the way and kind of tell you what, you know, well, you know, kind of give you advice if he see that you're doing something wrong and see that, no, that's not the kind of woman you should be, you know, and can tell you, you know, how to handle certain things. But I also feel as if when it comes to a man and he's dealing with confrontation, I feel that, you know, you don't always have to be so rah-rah, you know, trying to make a scene or show everybody, oh, I can fight, I can do this, I can do that, you know. But at the same time, a woman does want someone that she feels can protect her and, you know, keep any bad energy away from her and different things like that. And also, kind of to piggyback off what you were saying about people wanting to be accepted, I also feel that when you're dating a man or any man you're talking to, I feel that he needs to know that it's okay to be yourself. If you're friends with someone and they can't accept the person you are, then maybe that is not the friend for you. You also need to be around people who want to win, who wants to make money the right way, and who wants to do different things. Because when you're hanging with people that have nothing, that doesn't want to do anything with themselves, that's nobody you should hang around, because they're only gonna bring you down. You want to be with people that can build you up, and you also want to be a leader and not a follower. You want to be with a group of people that you can learn from and they can learn from, and they can teach you new things to help you be successful, to help you grow, and show you a different outlook at life.
Facts. Caitlyn, what do you feel a high value? Like, go. What I asked Alyssa, what's a high value man?
I think she pretty much answered.
She pretty much answered it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Tell me, you know, I have trouble with this. As a man, it's hard to control your emotions. I feel like once I learn how to control my emotions, then I'll really become my best self faster than I even can imagine. Because, you know, when you and a girl are having a disagreement, sometimes what she's saying may be right, and sometimes what you're saying may be right. It's all the way y'all talk to each other. So explain what's going too far when it comes to just talking to a girl too crazy or knowing when to back off of it. Cause, you know, sometimes you gotta kind of be like, well,
Yeah,
and
you know,
then sometimes you may go too far. You be like,
Yeah.
oh, so look, just kind of explain that. Like, what's a good way for y'all to talk to each other?
I mean, for one, when you are in a disagreement, you never want to disrespect each other. No calling you out your name, like either way, male or female. And you just really have to be able to sit down and talk things out calmly, you know, present the issue, and not just present the issue, but also present a way to solve that problem.
What about you? Listen.
Like she said some great things, you know, respect, and you never want to disrespect the person. You never want to go as far. And even when you feel that you want to go that far, you have to resist the devil, because that's nothing but the devil that is wanting you to say those different things. And if you really love somebody, you have to limit what you think and what you want to say, because that can cause a horrible thing between your relationship and different things like that. And like she said, you know, you want to be able to talk to that person and kind of get to the bottom of it, but at the end of the day, we both on both ends have to be open-minded and have to be willing to hear what I feel can fix this relationship and what you can do or feel to fix this relationship. And we have to be open-minded to hear what we're doing wrong. A lot of people, that's where a lot of things go wrong in a relationship. We don't want to hear what we're doing wrong. We don't want to be told what we're doing wrong. We just feel like, let's point the finger at this person. We become hypocrites in a relationship. We're so busy pointing the finger at that person that we don't take the time out to look at ourselves. And sometimes before you even have a conversation, you have to look at yourself and say, okay, Alyssa, you were wrong for that. Okay, you were wrong for, you know, you have to do things like that. You have to evaluate yourself before you try to evaluate the whole situation.
True, man. Y'all have gave everyone so many gems. Like, right, I learned so much. and I think I know it all, but I actually don't. Like, I actually learned something of value, and that's what I push on my show. I always want to teach people something is of value, some things of value. And I say I interview people, businesses, rappers, entrepreneurs. I want to give people value through content, whether it's fashion, lifestyle, grooming them, whatever. So before y'all go, tell everyone your goals 5 years from now.
I would have to say my goals 5 years from now is to be in my profession. Like I said again, I'm working with early education. I love kids, and I chose kids, that were in kindergarten and kind of like first grade because we want to kind of build children up and teach them the right way to go. And we don't have a lot of people that are young and that are our age teaching these kids what's the right thing and that it's okay to be yourself, and we don't have to grow up and try to be what we see the internet be or what we see everyone else be. And I want to be able to in 5 years still be teaching, but at the same time kind of save up money to kind of open up a little place for kids that are less fortunate, that we can help tutor, we can help teach, we can give them the love, because a lot of kids aren't getting love at home how they should be. And I'm thankful for my parents that they've always gave me the love and nurturance and kind of guided me and showed me what I should be. So I kind of want to be able to open up a business to give back to the kids, because it's kind of heartbreaking when I've been around a lot of organizations where I've went and helped kids, and we see how they're living, and all we can do is thank God because we're not having to live in that way. And I just want to be able to make kids' days and make them smile and show them the love that they deserve.
Thanks. I love that. I love that. It's a great purpose. That's a great purpose. Caitlyn, what's up, man? What's
Okay,
up, boo?
5 years from now, I want to be pursuing my career. Hopefully that'll be in counseling. Want to pretty much go into my own practice as a therapist. Just help those who may have issues. I would like to focus on people who are, teenagers and who may be going through a lot of different changes at that stage in life. While also that's my career perspective, I would also like to do a lot of traveling. So
That's great.
Yes, I do want to travel. Don't
That's
trip,
great.
take trips. That's what I'm trying to do.
Man, how y'all feel about the Jerome Effect Live and this project right now, like this classic conversations?
I really love the Jerome Effect. You do a lot of great things. I'm very proud of you. You always used to talk about it in school, and that just goes back to seeing how you're pushing your goals, and you're actually pushing your goals, and we're actually seeing it every day. You've done a lot of great things, and I'm thankful for that for you, and I'm proud of you. Also, I love this topic because you taught us some things. She taught me some things, and I taught you guys some things.
Right.
So, and I also love the project because there are many people who actually need to hear this and actually get a boy's perspective, and also get how a girl's perspective, and see that young kids and what they think is a good thing to do when it comes to relationships.
Yeah. What's up, Caitlyn? How you feel about this topic, like this conversation? Do you think we should have more?
I definitely feel like there is more to be discussed on this particular conversation. Everyone is different. Everyone has different perspectives. They've had different experience with relationships. So there's definitely more to be discussed.
All right, we
But
might
I feel
have more.
as if you should do do it with boys to kind of see like how they feel or what they think.
Yeah.
See if they kind of think what we think, or if they think differently.
Yeah, cause I truly just wanna dive into something so different, and like I want it to be relatable. I want it to have some substance, cause I kind of been, being a little PG. It's time to
Grow up.
kind of amp it up a little bit. I want something that's gonna hit somebody in the face, like they just dropped the phone, like dang. So y'all the OGs of this new thing. Like I'm thankful for y'all for coming on to the show, because it's something so different. Like just like a vision. It's just part of something that was just in me, and y'all hooked me up with it. Tell everyone where they can find y'all on social media so they can keep up with y'all.
You can find me on Facebook at Doll.Allyssa. You can also find me on Instagram at Doll.Allyssa, but you put a period in the middle. Alyssa, ALYSSA. And my Snapchat is the same thing as my Instagram, Doll.Allyssa.
Okay, you can add me on Facebook, Caitlyn Williams, Caitlin Williams, and my Instagram is Caitlyn_18.
All right, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this video of value, a classic conversation with attractive women. You know, we're going to have many more to come. Thank you guys for watching the Jerome Effect Live.